A case of potential religious extremism in Utah County and a call to police resulting in an officer being fired. The officer, though, says she became a target of an unfair internal affairs investigation.
It is something Springville Police have refused to talk to 2 News Chief Investigative Reporter Wendy Halloran about. In fact, they denied all of her requests in this specific case.
Well, Heidi and Brian, this is a story the Springville Police Department doesn't want you to see. In fact, they denied all the records related to the case I'm going to tell you about. I'm only able to show you the documents and body camera footage because it was leaked to us.
Dispatch?
Hi, my 12-year-old son is really having trouble going to bed, and he's kind of being a little bit physically and verbally abusive towards me.
Okay, your 12-year-old is?
Yeah.
It's a joke.
You're a joke.
Is it physical abuse or just verbal?
He threw a ball at me in my face. So I guess that's physical.
It's January 7th, 2023. Springville police officer Katie Powell has been called to a home by the father.
Hello.
Hi.
Come on in.
She thinks she's walking into a scene where the father had been assaulted by his 12-year-old son.
I think he needs to learn about what assault is, you know. He can't be physically hurting his brothers or me or throwing things or destroying property.
I am immediately overwhelmed by the amount of signs that are taped all over his walls, handwritten signs and posters of rules that these children have to follow.
10 religious pictures of the LDS faith and 33 signs with handwritten rules on them.
But the biggest sign that raised the biggest alarm for me was one on the cabinet or the pantry that said, "Have you been obedient enough to deserve food today?" The signs were very controlling. It felt manic. It felt like you just write a sign and slap it up and write a sign and slap it up.
The father made it explicitly clear he wants Officer Powell to use scare tactics on his son.
These signs, and I'm not surprised by your child's behavior.
Okay.
So I'm not comfortable giving him using police to scare him into submission.
After telling Officer Powell his son needs to learn not to physically hurt anyone or destroy property, the father admits he destroyed the children's basketball hoop.
So what's going on today?
Well, he destroyed our basketball hoop.
Who did?
He did. Yeah, so you should
Little plastic
Yeah, you're playing
toy
on
hoop.
it. Yeah, he threw a ball. It's like a little soft ball.
And who'd you throw it at?
Yeah, so he destroyed the hoop. And then I throw the ball, and then he comes over, picks me up, and puts me on the ground.
What do you mean?
He pins me on the ground.
Yeah.
Then the father inquires as to how he can press charges against his son.
But I do want him to be aware of what assault looks like, battery, injuring, what that could. What if I wanted to press charges?
I wouldn't charge him for anything right now.
Powell's report said the boy had not done anything criminally wrong, and that it was obvious the father was attempting to scare and intimidate him into compliance.
Yeah, I think he needs to learn about what assault is, you know.
But yet he compares throwing a foam ball.
Throw a punch? Does that qualify?
Then came what Powell says she perceived as a cry for help.
He has so many rules, and it's so hard to follow.
I see that. Trust me, I see that kid.
The children leave the room so the adults can talk.
The rules are clearly stated.
Do you want my honest... we can just leave, or you and I can have an honest conversation as
You can leave.
adults.
You can leave.
It seems like...
Coming up tonight at 10, we'll show you how Officer Powell reported this to the Division of Child and Family Services and how that report was ultimately used against her. Heidi and Brian.